Oh man, he's just made the things that he wanted to get invisible, which means he didn't get them. All 4 expos stay up. Hey guys, Alex here, otherwise known as Clash with Style. Welcome to this video where we are going to be taking a look at this insane war between Brian Fan Club, who are playing out Family is Power, and Funfair Warfare. You guys can see that Brian Fan Club did just clutch up the win by 1 star, 14-13, insanely close. Brian Fan Club nearly picking up another perfect war. They've been absolutely smashing it recently. So without any further ado, let's jump in and check out some of the sweet action. Alright, so the first one we are going to be jumping in and taking a look at today comes in from Delinator. And if you guys have been following my videos from Brian Fan Club up on the channel, you guys will know that Delinator is an absolute animal when it comes to super witches. I think on the stream on the channel, sorry, on the YouTube channel, he's only had one attack up there that hasn't been a triple, and I think it was a time fail. So yeah, he's an absolute god coming in with these super witches, and you can see just how quick he is with it. He's really got this strategy down. He starts off with a really small Grand Warden walk, and then he uses the Zap Quake to get a little bit more value and create that funnel. He throws in his king down over here on that right hand side of the base, and that's going to push all these troops in. They do get held up initially at the start here because of that tornado trap, but they are able to push over this jump spell nice and quickly into the base. We're going to throw that rage spell down that we have in our clan castle right there. That's going to go down, allow these super witches and those big boys to do a huge amount of damage and really push through into the middle of the base. Now going to bring in that siege barracks over here from that left hand side. That should be able to get a nice chunk of value, clean up some of that left hand section as these super witches continue to path their way through into the middle of this base. We end up getting one splitting off here to that right hand side. The rest of them going to be taking that jump spell. They are going to push over here and snag that town hall for us. Going to pop that Grand Warden ability. We don't want to take too much damage as they are making their way through. RC now going to be pushing on through. She is going to luckily target that scatter shot nice and quickly straight away, but she does get held up by those skeletons. But the Hog Riders are going to jump in there and they are going to help take down that scatter shot nice and quickly. We do unfortunately end up losing our queen in the middle of the base, but we've got so much left up here on the back end. Even with that Tesla farm popping up over here on the left hand side, the RC was brought in to deal with that. The Hog Riders got a nice chunk of value as well. We do have that single target Inferno on the back end here melting through our troops, but Del still has those healers doing some really nice work on his super witch. He's going to throw that Seek and Shield ability right there. The King somehow still just clutching up, and remember, he was brought in right at the start of this attack, and he's pushed all the way around this outside of the base. RC gets brought in. She is going to be tanked for by a couple of the big boys there as the RC comes in behind and snipes off that single target Inferno, and it's a really godly 3-star to start off this video. Del doing what Del does best with those super witches, smashing bases left, right and centre. So GG's to Del on that one. Let's jump over now and take a look at some of the attacks from Funfair Warfare. So the first attack we're going to be jumping in, taking a look at, comes in from Kalo against Del, who we just saw bringing in that triple. So a little bit of revenge here, and they are going to be kicking things off here with one of these blizzard attacks. I like to call these wimps. I think that's a better name, to be honest. Wizard blimp rather than blimp wizard for the blizzard. I don't think blizzard works particularly well, but he's going to throw this down, and look at the value he gets here. He wipes out all of these compartments over on that right hand side. Unfortunately, it looks like he is not going to get too much more value. He's going to be able to grab that wizard tower, but nothing more. Does get a successful lure on those clan castle troops right there, and he's going to spam in these dragons from that top section of the base, bringing in a couple of those sneaky goblins. Those are going to be used just to help create that funnel, take down some of these resource buildings on that left hand side. And now there is a really clear path for these dragons and the balloons to make their way straight in towards this town hall compartment. Unfortunately, because we did lure that lava hymn really early on in this attack, we're going to have our queen over there on that left hand side stalled up just for a little bit on it. And that kind of means that these dragons don't path exactly where Kalo is looking for. We actually get quite a large group ending up pushing around that outside of the base, but we've still got our RC to be brought in, and she comes over on that mortar on the left hand side. We've got one freeze spell left up here on the back end to try and help us through. We've got a couple of dragons and the warden over there on that air defense, which is where we're going to throw down that freeze spell. Needs to make sure they try and grab that air defense, but I don't think this one dragon by itself with that air defense now shooting on it is going to have enough. No, unfortunately that air defense does just survive, but the RC still with her ability, as does that queen. Plenty of these dragons now pushing along that bottom section of the base. And with that RC ability going off right there, there really is not too much left up in this attack for Kalo to worry about. The RC going to one-shot that air defense. We've got 4 dragons pushing around this bottom section of the base. Make that 3 dragons after one of them catches a Seeking Air Mine here. But with that Queen ability still in hand, we know how this one is going to finish off. It's going to be a really nice 3-star coming in from Kalo. I love that use of the WIMP at the start. I thought those the Super Wizards and the Blimp, people have been using them everywhere, especially in Legends League, getting so much value from them. And yeah, they got a huge amount of value right there. And made this 3-star pretty easy for Kalo. Very nicely done. So let's hop back on over and check out some of the Brian Fan Club hits. Alright, so the next one we're going to be taking a look at comes in from Russ hitting Adam Jones, who is running a dirty anti 2-star base. So Russ going to be coming in with a hybrid. Now, I watched this war live. It was streamed by GGC Crew. So if you guys are interested in checking him out, make sure you head over to Twitch, type in GG Crew, I think it's GGC Crew, something like that. Make sure you guys jump over, check him out on Twitch. He's been doing some great stuff over there. Big shout out to him again for streaming this war. I had a blast watching it live. You guys can also catch me streaming a lot of the Brian Fan Club Wars live, so if you're interested, twitch.tv/clashwithstyle. I stream pretty regularly over there, but Russ going to be pushing pretty hard through on this base. You can see that Queen took so much damage really early on in this attack. He does manage to take down that multi-target Inferno just in time, and he just manages to sneak that Queen ability off there in time. I got a little bit worried that he was about to lose the Queen to that Grand Warden statue, because it does do so much damage and it will kill a Queen even through her ability. Eagle Shot's going to be raining down here on our Hogs and our Miners pretty early on in this attack as they make their way around. Luckily, our Queen does push back around this right hand side of the base, which is exactly where we're looking for her to go. She also has enough range in there to grab that Town Hall with the help of a couple of Miners. Everything else going to continue pushing around this left hand side of the base. Queen clutching up big time over here on that right hand side, taking out so many defenses. Russ smartly keeping a rage spell there to keep her alive, because he obviously doesn't have that ability anymore. There is a Tesla farm out here on the back end, but we had those Hog Riders coming out of the siege barracks, and they're going to act as some backup here for the Hogs and Miners, especially the ones that have already fallen, just to boost their numbers throughout the back end of this attack. But we've still got just about every single wizard from that siege barracks, with the King and the P.E.K.K.A. doing a great job on that left hand side. The Queen is going to be able to clean up quite nicely. Russ still has a free spell to drop. He's still got his RC ability to bring in, and he absolutely well and truly crushes this base of Adam Jones, and that is how you do it. Really godly hit coming in there from him, swagging the freeze down in the middle and saving that Royal Champion's ability. So GG's to Russ on that one. Let's hop out now and check out one of the Funfair Warfare hits. Alright, so the next one we're going to be jumping in and taking a look at comes in from Jackie, who is going to be coming in with a Sui Lalo. Starting off by dropping a couple of those balloons, dropping down that rage spell, going to throw down the blimp right there, dropping in that invisibility spell, and we're coming in, of course, with that WIMP again. Now, this is the second one that we're seeing from the Funfair Warfare guys, so obviously if it's working for them, they're going to continue to keep using it, and they get a decent chunk of value there. Maybe not quite as much as we've seen from some other WIMPs, but remember, he didn't commit that many troop space to, or that many spell space, sorry, to get that much value from it. I believe only 1 rage and 2 invisibility spells. Sometimes we're seeing 3, 4, 5 invisibility spells on these initial WIMPs. Jackie now, though, bringing in that Ice Golem from the top section of the base, throwing in his King, throwing in his Queen to try and get as much Sui value as possible, bringing in his RC as well, throws in a Headhunter just to try and get a little bit of value, brings in the Super Wall Breaker on that left hand side. That's going to open up that wall compartment just a little bit more to make sure our Queen goes exactly where we want her to. Would be great here for Jackie to step in and grab the Scatter Shot. There's that RC ability that's going to help us get through the multi-target Inferno. Queen's ability gets dropped, and that grabs the Scatter Shot, and it grabs the enemy Royal Champion. So that's Sui got a really good chunk of value. But he does have a little bit of a wonky Lalo path. He's going to have to kind of sweep around and into the middle. Usually we see the Lalo kind of sweeping around the outside of the base, but Jackie going to be kind of forced into the center of the base here, freezing up the Scatter Shot, freezing up that single really early on in this attack. Again, going to be dropping that free spell, using the invisibility spell over there on that Grand Warden statue and the Wizard Tower, I think, just to try and help with the pathing a little bit. Freezing up again the Eagle Artillery on the back end of this one, bringing in another pack of loons on that left hand side, just trying to again help really create the fun. We've actually saved so many balloons for the back end of this attack. Really smart play here from Jackie, because as those balloons in the middle are tanking, we can sneak in a couple ones on the back end to just start tidying up some of these outer lying defenses. And he does just have enough left up here on the back end. We've got a couple of cleanup troops, including a double headhunter over here on that left hand side. They are going to be able to easily clean up the couple of structures we have on that left hand side. Balloons finishing off these last few defenses, and this was a really nice triple coming in from Jackie. Love the use of that super wizard blimp coming in there at the start, grabbing the town hall and a couple other structures. Then the Sui got a lot of value, and that Lalo was executed to perfection. Really nice hit coming in right there. Yeah, GG's to that one. So let's jump in and check out the next one. Alright, so the next hit we are going to be jumping in and taking a look at, it is Zane's new speciality, and it is this Inferno Dragon Skelly spell attack. Now, I did release a video on this just the other day actually, so if you're interested in checking out another one of these insane Inferno Dragon Skelly spell hits, make sure you guys jump in and check out that video. It certainly was a banger. But Zane brings in a blimp here to kick things off. He's got a couple of those sneaky goblins coming out of it. He's going to drop that poison spell really early on down on those clan castle troops, trying to avoid as much damage as possible. Actually throws in that Grand Warden ability earlier than I would have thought was needed, because it doesn't end up really getting too much value. He possibly could have saved it till right about here, and then I think he could have got slightly more value. But the thing is, with these Skelly spells, it seems like you hardly notice them coming in, but what they're doing here is they are tanking for these defenses. Now just watch the scatter shots, watch the Inferno Towers. He drops in these Skelly spells, and that is going to tank for these defenses, and it allows these Inferno Dragons to fly overhead and get maximum value. The RC ability gets used pretty early on over here on that left hand side. And now we have just so many Inferno Dragons left up here on the back end. But watch this Grand Warden statue. He starts going to town on these Inferno Dragons, really sniping them off one by one, because he does so much damage. Looks like all the Seeking Air Mines on this base are lurking up there at the top section as well. We've got the King and the Queen still doing some nice work over here on that right hand side, starting to tidy up some of these outer structures. And suddenly we actually don't have too much left up on the base, but we do still have that Queen ability in hand, which most certainly is going to help Zane out on the back end of this attack. We've got one Inferno Dragon on very low health over there on that left hand side. The King gets smacked by the Grand Warden statue. Needs to make sure we drop that Queen ability, but I think Zane just about has enough here to clutch up the back end. Luckily our Grand Warden there getting tanked for a couple of shots, so he can start to tidy up. The enemy Grand Warden statue just manages to get it, and that is the triple coming in there from Zane. Slightly closer than some of these other attacks, but it's a triple nonetheless, using this insanely insane strategy. Insanely insane strategy. Now that's some alliteration. Alright, let's jump into the last attack from Funfair Warfare, and then we've got the clickbait that you guys saw at the start. It is that Hertha attack. Alright, so the last hit coming in from Funfair Warfare is coming in from Davey, and he comes in with the Delinator special, which is those super witches. You guys saw Del coming in that first hit. Davey answering here with a super witch hit of his own, bringing in those zap spells to take down the single target Inferno. Needs to drop one more zap to get rid of the Archer Tower. Down it goes right there. Can drop the other two zaps down and catch the bomb tower as well. There we go. Nicely done from Davey. Grand Warden going to get a little chunk of value over here on that left hand side. I loved how precise Davey was there with his lightning spells. 1, 2. Usually you see some people just spamming them in, but not Davey. This man's making sure he takes his time and gets them down exactly where we want him to, and you can't follow his placement. He got exactly what he wanted to. Alright, pushing everything in right here. Looks like that Queen unfortunately did get targeted by the Headhunters coming out of that clan castle, so we did have to drop that Queen ability much earlier than Davey probably wanted. Siege Barracks and that King in combination creating a really nice funnel here, allowing those super witches to push right in through to that Town Hall compartment. Dropping that King ability a lot earlier than I would have anticipated on this attack, but it is going to be enough here to push these super witches right exactly where we want them. Nice use of that jump spell. Look at the value there. Exactly, precision placement there again from Davey. His spells are on point in this attack. We've got a couple of those big boys tanking over here on that right hand side for this RC as she now makes her way in to that single target Inferno. Finally, we're going to see that Grand Warden ability used over on that left hand side. These troops going to make their way into the multi-target Inferno. There's not too much left up here on the back end. We're starting to see these Super Witches split up a little bit. One on the left, couple in the middle. Looks like there was one on the right that maybe went down, but the RC getting a load of value on this right hand side. Don't think they needed that freeze spell there. The RC was tidying up quite nicely. Potentially could use the freeze for the Eagle or maybe the Expos here, but Davey still has that RC ability. He's got a couple of cleanup troops, one now coming in from that left hand side, and yeah, this is looking absolutely crushed here from Davey. A really solid hit. Could have probably dropped that RC ability right about there. Yep, there it comes in, cleaning up 3-4 of those structures, and this base is absolutely crushed here. Very nice hit. I wonder if he took some inspiration from Dell's hit or not, but that is certainly how you execute a really solid Super Witch attack. So we've got one last attack, which is that special coming in from Hertha. So let's jump over and check it out. Alright, so here we go. The hit coming in from Hertha, and he does kick things off here, I believe, with a wizard blimp. So he's going to be zapping down the sweeper down there in the middle, and here comes this blimp. That's going to be making its way in to try and get maximum value. We do only have 2 invisibility spells. Down goes the rage, down goes the invisibility spell, but he makes the double expo, and he makes the Eagle Artillery invisible, and surely that's what he was looking for. Oh man, he's just made the things that he wanted to get invisible, which means he didn't get them. All 4 expos stay up, the Eagle Artillery stays up as well, and now what's he gonna do? He's got these healers coming in for his queen. He drops in the Kokoloon right there, but he's still... There's so many of those expos up. His queen's gonna have to... We're gonna have to use a rage spell on the queen. He brings in that RC. She's gonna take care of that first expo right there. We're gonna need to watch. There is her ability. He used a blimp into the RC ability. That is absolutely 200 IQ plays coming in there from Hertha. Alright, continuing to push on through. The RC does end up going down to the enemy queen right there, but the king comes in. He's going to get a couple of shots off on that single, but he does get melted down pretty quickly. Queen now does have these clan castle troops to deal with. Throws down those poison spell, throws down that poison spell on those clan castle troops. Already got one cleanup minion coming in from that left hand side. We could really do with this queen pushing into the middle, maybe grabbing the sweeper, the multi, the enemy queen, the scatter. There's loads of value if she pushes her way in there, which is exactly where we need her to go. Hertha most certainly will need to bring in his Lalo into this town hall section, because there's no way his queen is going to be able to snipe that down. And that's exactly what Hertha is going to be doing. He throws in his Lalo portion of this attack, going straight in towards that town hall, not taking any risks here on potentially picking up a 1-star. Alright, continue to push on through. We do have that Grand Warden ability, which will need to be used relatively soon. Gonna throw it down right there to keep some of those loons alive in the middle. We do have 1 rage spell left up here for the back end. Gonna be interesting to see if Hertha uses it for his queen. Yep, he throws it down on his queen right there. That's going to be enough to just keep her alive. Those healers doing a great job with that rage spell and bringing her back up. Those loons going about the pace of a snail there, because of that freeze effect from the town hall, but there is enough left up there on the back end, and they are going to clean up quite nicely here. That queen charge was absolutely phenomenal there for Hertha. It was looking a little bit ropey when the WIMP or the Blizzard or whatever you want to call it, Super Wizard Blimp at the start didn't get that value that we needed, but he recovered this attack really well. He's able, well, that queen unfortunately doesn't end up getting that much value here on the back end, but he is able to tidy up this base really nicely. And that brought in the triple that they needed to win this war. This was the final attack in the war, and it gave them that 14-star win to 13 stars. So GG's to Hertha. A really nice hit coming in from him right there to finish up this video. But I really hope you guys did enjoy it. If you are interested, like I said, in watching wars like this live streamed, twitch.tv/clashwithstyle. That's where I stream on and off, maybe 2-3 times a week. So make sure you guys jump on over there, hit me up with a follow, you know, put on those notifications on if you are interested in watching some of them. Subscribe to the YouTube as well. I'd really appreciate that. I've been trying my best to get out daily content for you guys, so if you're enjoying the daily content, drop a sub, why not? Leave a like on the video too. Leave a comment. Whose was your favourite attack in this war? For me, it's got to be this 5th and final one coming in from Hertha. It was absolutely clutch from him in this one. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video, whenever that's going to be. Peace.